So let's continue focusing on this particular song, Love in Damascus, then. Yes, so that's the one where you were expecting to be working with Kerry, the violinist. She doesn't show up. Then you end up rapping on the song. I haven't heard this yet because you haven't been in the studio yet,
Right,
but
yeah,
I hear that you will be a rapper. So how did this come about?
When I first came to Minneapolis, it was the rise of Atmosphere and all of those guys, and you know, Fifth Element, and you know, Backpack Kids, and I thought I was a rapper.
So you have been a rapper. You are a rapper.
I think if you talk to Cancer or any of the other rappers in town, they'll tell you I'm not. But I hung around with them a lot, and I tried, and I learned.
And you're bringing it back.
Yeah,
for that particular song.
Just, it came out in that way. You know, I'm not much of a singer, but I had a story to tell, and I don't know. That's what's so strange about this project is things just start happening, and it's just like
Sun Shady was born.
Oh my God, yeah, right? Like, wow, this is happening. It's done. Okay, wow, cool. That was cool. So yes, I do a rap on there.
Yeah. Sun Shady, who even makes a reference to his shades, and that name has just been birthed during the interview, has it?
It happens a lot.
So you had a story to tell, and the story begins, I'd rather cover my body in tattoos than have to choose which dues to pay.
Yep, and which ones to refuse. I struggled for so many years, really trying to find myself to be, just to go for the thing that I thought was inside of me, right? And I covered my body in tattoos, and I didn't pay my bills, and they shut off my lights, and I struggled for so long, you know. And I did this trip down to Mexico once, at Tijuana, with a friend of mine, and
which you then ends up being like the second verse in this.
I reference in there, and I realized I was like, all this search for self-discovery, it's gotten in my way. And I think even if I did finally find myself, I would like walk around with it, and that's all I would ever have, right? I would be like, I found myself.
Yeah. So yeah, the lyric is, so you refer to going to Mexico to determine which way the wind blew.
Right.
I decided it got in the way of my self-discovery. So it's interesting, these different types of self-discovery, maybe almost like the abstract idea of the need to discover oneself that one has maybe before, like as a musician, you improvise and try something different and discover something. That's getting in the way of discovering the Sun Shady that you are.
I needed to have that void too, and once I realized that I took all that stuff out, you know, I got real with myself and was just like, hey, this is who you are, and this is what you do, and it might be weird, it might be crazy, but I don't know, it's just who I am.
How does that relate to the night that the Pisces found his cancer?
Yeah.
The night that the Pisces found his
Laura
cancer.
and I constantly talk, and one of her tattoos down here is the butterfly effect. And of all the things that had to happen for her and I to get together, for this band to be here, you know, it's mind-boggling when you trace it all back, right? The night we met, I was DJing, and she came up to me after the set and was like, is that Supreme Beings of Leisure you played? Which to me is a fairly obscure group, but I was impressed that this cute girl knew who that was, and it's just, that's kind of...
Where was this?
Where it leads into the Goddess House.
It was a house party some friends are having.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both, when we trace it back, like, there are all these tiny, seemingly insignificant decisions that we each made independently along the way, that if we had chosen differently at any number of times, we would have never met each other. We would have never been at that party together, and we wouldn't have crossed paths.
Yeah.
And I think about the other alternate realities of my life, you know, like, I'm sitting here on this couch now with all these people, and they're my friends, and, you know, we're doing this thing together. What other alternate lives did we lead, you know? You have to...
It's so easy for it not to be happening, and you have to embrace the fact that, wow, against the odds,
Deep thinkers.
this is happening.
See?
Yeah. Yeah.
I get to stand up as a robot behind the sofa for an hour.
Robot. Mannequin.
Yeah, it's,
We get to have fun on stage next week.
And I feel like that, what you're learning, what you were just saying.
What kind of beverage delivery?
Oh,
there's a
thank
beverage
you.
delivery.
Thank you very much.
Well, lovely.
Carrie Brooks, ladies and gentlemen.
That's gonna be my wife someday.
All right, sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying that what you were just saying about the happenstance involved, which again relates to musically the finding this moment. It's almost as if I feel like the band, without consciously planning it too much, is trying to set the scene for a recreation of that mixing up of things. So there is, you have a philosophy of life, and you want to communicate love, and it says in the on Facebook and elsewhere, it says that the sounds of the GYPSE FREQ CIRCUS will inspire anyone to believe that we are united, for example. So there's this kind of grand manifesto, and that's great, and it's informed by like love and like distinct philosophical ideas. But something that's great about it, I think, is that it's not too ruled by those distinct ideas. There is a kind of recreation live with all of this, of these moments where there's hope to break out.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Like when you were a little kid, you were generally peaceful, right? You ran outside, and if I saw you outside, Simon, and you had a bike and I had a bike, we were instantly friends, right?
Yeah.
It's that simple. Like, I think when we grow up, we try to make things more difficult, but
Yeah.
I think you can put on a cheap, costume and dance around and with your friends. I mean, it's just that simple. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think there needs to be a big manifesto, right? It's,
It's interesting, the phrase keeping the circus alive, because so keeping this entity alive just in a practical sense, but then keeping life being circus-like and carnivalesque, and keeping the dervish going, keeping the possibility of there being a dervish and of there being that transformation.
Absolutely.
So thank you for
Thank you.
all doing that together, and for allowing oneself, each of you, to become yourselves.
If you're lost, we found a way. Come, lie, 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 lie. If you're lost.
Yeah, I'm really excited to go through the doorway with you, the doorway of the caboose, and then to go through your symbolic doorway with you. I'll go through the door. I'll go through all the doorways wherever they lead, and I will experience a number of doorways at Shangri-La next year, and discovering the mysteries that are not being unveiled. All of the live video that we've witnessed throughout the episode is courtesy of Entitled Entertainment.
thank you guys.
Is there a website? Is there an Entitled website? Facebook.
Yep,
So-
facebook.com/entitled, ENTIDAL. And we're obviously facebook.com/GYPSE FREQ CIRCUS. Wow, I spelled that all the way through. And then put your social media in front of it, whatever, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. We also have a website, GYPSEFreqCircus.com. You can see all the videos and pictures and descriptions and wackiness there too. So.
Yeah, and this is Back to the City. I'm Simon Calder. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next time.